I gave you my heart.
Yo, what's up, guys? Back at you with another one on today. We've been covering the Detroit Pistons in the offseason and just talking about the Pistons as a whole. And today I want to talk about Khyri Thomas and Bruce Brown. Both of these guys have had great summer league performances the other day with Khyri Thomas knocking down 7 threes and scoring 26 points in that first opening game of the summer league. And then on yesterday, Bruce Brown having a double-double performance, scoring 17 points and dropping off 10 assists. Definitely the Pistons are going to have to develop these two young guys and let them get time out on the floor this season. Now, we know that the Pistons signed Derrick Rose and we know that they signed Tim Frazier, but these are the two guys that they need to put their most emphasis and work in. These guys need to get to work. They need it. And if the Pistons want to be better, you got to let Khyri Thomas and Bruce Brown develop. It's just flat out, man. You got to let these two guys develop. Now, Bruce Brown had a lot of opportunities to play last season. He started a lot of games last season. He was known for his defense. This season, he has to work on his offense, being able to score. You can't be out there and you can't score the basket and you can't score points. We need guards out there that can score and be able to help Dre and Blake when these guys don't got it going. And Khyri Thomas' sweet shooting stroke, man, is just crazy, man. This dude can shoot, man. This dude can shoot and he can defend. And Bruce Brown can do the same thing. He can defend, but he's a little bit limited on offense, and I think that he'll be working on that in the offseason. And you want to see these guys get better. You want to see Thon Maker be able to have post moves. You want to see Thon be able to hit the 10 to 15-foot jump shot, not just going in the corner and spotting up for threes. You want to see Thon Maker be able to block shots. He's about 7'1", so you want to see these guys getting better in the offseason. And if those guys get better, man, the Pistons can be a very dangerous team in the East if they allow Khyri Thomas and Bruce Brown to keep developing, that these guys eventually will be able to take over. And both of them have been playing well, man, and that's something that I definitely like, that both players have been playing well. They've been giving it their all, and this is what you want to see from your young guys. You want to see young guys out there playing, competing, and doing what they do best, and that's playing basketball. But at the same time, like I told you guys, I really thought in my mind that Khyri Thomas was a hidden talent on this team, but he didn't get the opportunity to play because there was so many guards on the team. Like right now, with so many guards on the team, and you're trying to figure out what are the Pistons going to do with all of these guards that's on the team. You're going to have to get rid of some of these guys because somebody ain't going to play. You know, you got Bruce Brown, you got Khyri Thomas, you got Derrick Rose, you got Reggie Jackson, you got Langston Galloway, and now you got Tim Frazier. What are you going to do with all these point guards and shooting guards? And you got Luke Kennard. So, and all these guys are vying for to be able to get out on the floor and produce and play. And these guys are not going to be able to produce and play if they can't get the experience, because you have so many guards on the team. So I think the Pistons, to me, if you ask me, they need to make a couple more deals to get some of these guards off the team. Guards like Langston Galloway, you probably can send him somewhere else so that these guys can get the ample minutes that they need to improve this roster. You know, it's all about developing your young talent. You want to develop the young guys. You want to see these guys go out there and ball, and you want to see them develop. And you can't develop them if they can't get out on the court because somebody else is in front of them that's taking up the minutes, that's not really doing anything. Now, we know that the Pistons are not bringing back Wayne Ellington. He signed a deal with the New York Knicks to go to them. So now, in the fold next, who got next up? Khyri Thomas and Bruce Brown. I want to see these guys play out on the floor this season, and I want to see these guys. I know Bruce Brown has done his thing when he got out there, and he's played fairly well, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But I really want to see Khyri Thomas. He's been the guy that I've been focusing on, and I'm going to keep focusing on, because the Pistons need to play Khyri Thomas. This dude can shoot. This dude can shoot and he can defend. And that's what you want. You want a guy that can score points. You want to get instant offense off that bench. And I think the Pistons will go. If the Pistons can be able to develop these two guys, Bruce Brown and Khyri Thomas, the Pistons will start winning more basketball games, because I think that these guys will be effective. You know, I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, Khyri Thomas got to be out there for 30 minutes out on the floor and things of that nature. But I'm saying you should at least try to get the guy anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes out on the floor. That way that when he gets out there, you know what I'm saying, he gets used to the NBA speed. He gets used to being able to run a team out there. You know what I'm saying? Being able to, and I'm not saying it from the perspective of him being a point guard. I'm just saying being able to see how a team runs and how a team operates when you're getting the minutes out on the floor. So it's going to be very, very vital, guys, this offseason that these two guards grow. And they can't grow when they can't play. So that's something that Dwayne Casey is definitely going to have to really, really consider this season on how to get more minutes for Khyri Thomas. We're not talking about Bruce Brown, because Bruce Brown had a lot of opportunity to play, and he will get way more opportunity to play this season, because I don't know who's going to start between him and Luke Kennard at the shooting guard position, because we know that Reggie is going to be the #1 guy. Unless something else happens and Derrick Rose ends up being the #1 guy. But we know right now, penciled in, Reggie Jackson is the #1 point guard, and behind him is Derrick Rose. So that means that some of these guys may not get an opportunity to see the floor, especially when you're paying Derrick Rose on a 2-year deal, $15 million. Somebody's not going to see the floor. So hopefully, man, the Pistons will do what they need to do to get Khyri Thomas and Bruce Brown out on the floor, develop these young guys, make these guys a point of interest to keep your focus on them. And sky's is the limit for these two young guards, man. But I definitely think that the Pistons will go when they develop their young talent. You got to develop Thon Maker. You got to develop Khyri Thomas, Bruce Brown, and the rest of the young talent, such as Luke Kennard as well. So I hope that the Pistons will truly be able to do that. And if they do that, man, I think the Pistons will be a lot better going into the 2019 season. So if you're Dwayne Casey, you want to make sure that you develop Khyri Thomas and Bruce Brown in 2019. Let these guys play out on the floor. Let them get a little time out there so these guys will know what they need to do so that they can get better and that these two young guys can grow, because they are the future. So we know that we picked up Derrick Rose. We know we picked up Tim Frazier. We know that we still got Reggie. But being able to incorporate these two young fellas in the offense, I think that that's something that's desperately needed. And hopefully the Detroit Pistons will do that in the offseason, and also develop Thon Maker, that he'll be able to have post moves, be able to block shots more often, and be able to improve on his all-around performance. Peace.
I gave you my heart.